got it. We got it. Welcome.
Oh, I'm falling all over. Hello.
How's the weekend been so far?
Good, good. Hello, Richmond. I can't see you. You're all in the dark, and I'm in the light. Or the light's in my eyes, or something.
Yeah. Well, everyone looks amazing, and obviously you came in, immediately spotted Ghostface in the audience. I have to ask, what is this like for you, coming to these conventions and just seeing Ghostface, essentially, walking around all over the place?
It's great. I'm living in your heads. No, it's amazing. We love coming to the cons and meeting folks, because we wouldn't be here if not for you and your interest. So thank you. But Mojo is more evil.
Would you say Mojo is more evil than Ghostface?
Definitely. I have destroyed entire cities. They just stab people. Big deal.
Well, okay, what do you think it is about Mojo that makes him such a lovable bad guy?
Okay, you want to speak truthfully?
Always.
Always tell the truth, boys and girls. That's your lesson for today. Well, I think people feel sorry for him, for one thing. I tell you, one of the nicest compliments I ever had. Are any of you familiar with the show where Mojo finds out that he caused the creation of the Powerpuff Girls, his sisters and his worst enemies? And the show ends with him going, "It was me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." Well, my friend Tom Kane, who played Professor Utonium, told me after that show aired, he went to pick up his daughter at school, and she and her friends got in the car, and they were crying because they had felt so sorry for Mojo Jojo. That was great.
When did you realize that you were given such a gift with your voice and that you realized you could make a career out of it?
Oh, well, I don't know. I started doing puppetry when I was 4. And, of course, you have to come up with voices for your characters. And I was one of those kids who just imitated everything I saw on TV anyway, or various things, or doors. Animals. And so I just did that, and then started doing skits and plays with my friends, and then I studied acting, and I was a commercial artist, and I just kind of went from there.
I wanted to ask you more about the puppetry. So were you building your own puppets, or were you mostly just voicing puppets?
Well, I did hand puppets. I did not like marionettes. They were a little too clumsy for me.
I will continue the rest of this interview, if you don't mind. So, from there, hand puppet, socks, me. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm more important than he is.
And what is your name?
I am...
Go away.
You can't hide me in here,
Brilliant. And I also saw that you're actually a member of the Puppeteers of America?
Yes. Hooray for puppeteers. And of course, when I was a kid, there was a guy named Paul Winchell who was on TV with his dummy Jerry Mahoney and his little puppet dog. And Paul Winchell, of course, became a huge voice actor. He was Tigger and the Winnie the Pooh movies, and he was Dick Dastardly on the Wacky Races and stuff. He did a million voices. And his daughter is a terrific voice actor, too. I don't know if any of you know the brilliant Craig McCracken show, Wander Over Yonder. Is a great, great show. She played Sylvia, the stallion.
What is your process for creating a voice for a character? And maybe also when you don't get to see a character first, how common is that?
Very common. Usually you only get to see a model sheet of the character you're working on for animation or video games, and that's not that often either. But like for Scream, I was just at the audition with a lot of other actors, and I just read the scene, and you do what you do as an actor. You break the scene down. What does this need? What does it take? I heard some of the guys in the room saying, my agent says they're looking for a new Freddy Krueger. I thought, no, that's nothing to do with this, because the audition was that opening scene from the first movie. So I read the scene, and it's got to be a real voice, a real person. It's got to be interesting to keep her on the phone and keep playing with her, but make it a little interesting, add a little bit of warmth to it, you know, a little character, something that might be intriguing. Oh, you're making popcorn? I only make popcorn when I'm going to watch a movie. Oh, you like scary movies, huh? What's your favorite scary movie? So.
Yeah, I have goosebumps, sorry. That was crazy. And now, obviously, we're going into Scream 7, but was this something that you saw being such a long-term franchise? This movie is just
no
more
idea.
powerful.
I don't think any of us had any idea, but it turned out to be something amazing, more than the sum of its parts, and you have to thank the great Wes Craven. Hey, Wes. We managed to find a place in your heads and your hearts. And thank you. That's why we're here.
Yeah, thank you. Now, have you ever used any of your voices, whether Ghostface or Mojo, like in everyday occasions, whether like going through a drive-through or if a spam caller calls you or...
Well, you know, you can't use Ghostface out of context because it doesn't make any sense. Tell me more about your timeshares. But before I became a professional actor, I was, I was born and raised in Georgia. So I'm a Southern boy. Like coming to Richmond, first time, nice to meet y'all. But I would, because I would imitate things, my accent kind of flattened out young. So I'd take my car to the garage and go, there's something wrong with it. I don't know, it's making some funny noise. Yeah, all right. Where are you from, son? I'm here, born in Jersey. Yeah, okay, we'll get to it. But then I started going, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. It's making some kind of funny noise or something. Okay, Slick, we'll get it to you right away.
That's all it takes. I love it. When was the first time that you ever got to hear yourself in a project, and what was that like for you?
To hear myself? Oh, that's interesting. Well, basically, home recording, because I taught myself engineering. And I used to make tapes for friends for their kids, story tapes and so forth. So I would record and add effects and do manipulation to it. So I would play back and forth. And, like most people, I don't hear my own voice and like it much or see myself on camera or whatever. But, I got used to it there. But I have to say, there is one character that I do that I can watch a show and completely forget it's me and just enjoy it. And that is a Mojo.
I love it. So if it's okay with you, I did mention we have a microphone located right up front for whatever questions y'all may have. Now is your chance. Whatever questions.
Hi, come on up, say hello.
Come on down.
Scream real loud.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Hi, Mary.
I said Aaron. I don't know if you said Aaron.
Eric.
Aaron.
I thought you said Barry. Sorry.
No, Aaron.
Hello, Eric.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Thank you.
What? What?
So my question for you, Mr. Jackson, first of all, thank you for being part of, pretty sure everyone's childhood. Is there a character that you would that you never really got to voice but wish you could? Like any kind of like famous character.
Well, yeah, okay. It's too late, but there was one I would have loved to have done when it sort of switched. See if you can recognize it. Don't act so surprised, Princess. This is no mercy mission. You're a part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Captain, take her away. Thank you. Thank you, James Earl Jones fans.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, perfect. Hey, what's your name?
Natalie.
Hey, Natalie.
We met yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hello, Natalie.
Hi.
What's your question, Natalie?
What is it like seeing like some of like your co-stars and other people you work with like evolve over the years and grow up?
Oh, it's incredible. I've watched the guys follow their work. I follow the work of various people I'm interested in, but it's interesting, like Skeet did Jericho. I don't know if you ever watched that series. It was just fantastic, a post-apocalypse series, sort of. He was fantastic in that. And when Matthew did The Bridge, and he played the drunken reporter, I thought, God, this is good. This is really good. And if you've never seen Matthew's movie that he directed, Fat Kid Rules the World, see it. It's really, really good. In fact, Billy Campbell is in it, playing the father, and he said that he thought it was some of the best work he had ever done. And that's Dr. Manhattan talking, folks, the Rocketeer. Wow. So, yeah, I love just seeing what they're doing. Jamie's show, he had a kind of, if you saw his TV show, the Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great question.
Anything else?
You look awesome.
Thanks.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Joseph. Are there any scenes or lines that you look back on and you're like, man, I'm still so proud of that one, or I just nailed that one scene?
You mean in Scream?
In anything.
Well, if you want to talk Mojo, we'll talk for the rest of the day, because I am incredible. But, in Scream, the first time we started improvising was in number 2. And we got a few things in the can, and I thought I'd start playing around. And remember, for the first 4 films, I'm somewhere else on the set. They never met me for the first 4 films. I'm watching the camera feed in a monitor in front of me. I had the cell phone to talk to them, and I was mic'd for clean sound. So I improvised this thing. Have you ever felt a knife slice through human flesh and scrape the bone beneath? And I could see Jamie Kennedy on the monitor, and he went. And Wes called cut, and he said, that was great, do that again. So I liked that. And then we started playing more and more from film to film, so.
That's super cool hearing how you're getting to play around with your coworkers and improvising.
And not even knowing them.
Yeah.
Good question.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, Sean.
I too am a fan of your work. So I thought I would ask if you got the chance to write a Powerpuff Girls episode, what would you have it be about?
That is too much pressure for me. I cannot take it. Stop it. Stop it, Sean, right now.
But how can I when I'm him right now? Okay.
Boy, I don't know. I've wondered about that in the past, but I haven't found something. Most anything I could think of, they already did. I just recently saw an episode I'd never seen before where Mojo travels back in time to try to prevent Professor Utonium when he's a little kid from discovering science.
Oh.
And it was hilarious.
Maybe just a one-man Mojo show, just Mojo, the entire episode.
Well, we sort of did that once already,
Fair.
where Mojo ends up in a mountain monastery learning Buddhism to try to calm his anger. And I did like about a 20-minute straight take with no one else talking.
Oh, interesting.
Did the whole thing in one take, and then, okay, well, let's do it again just to have it. So,
Oh, cool. Thank you.
thank you.
Hello, hello. What's your name?
My name is Luke, sir.
Hello, Luke, sir.
You lent your voice to a few video games over the years. I was wondering which one was your favorite.
The next one, because it means I'm still working. So, yeah, I've done a lot of video games. They're a lot of fun.
Thank you, sir.
And I do have new ones coming out, so.
Ooh.
To pivot off of his question, how do you prevent like vocal fatigue when you're doing something like a video game? Because obviously there's a lot of repetition and long days from what I hear.
Well, I try not to promise anything I can't deliver, for one thing. But some sessions can be very stressful. Like, the only time I've almost actually passed out during a session was during the recordings for the original Lord of the Rings games. And I was doing humans, elves, dwarves, orcs, wargs, and they had hours and hours of combat scenes. So once when I was doing one of the wargs, I was for about almost 2 hours going, just when you have to keep going at it, can take a lot out of you.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Luke.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Hi, I'm Tim. I was really enjoyed hearing about your mindset going into your Ghostface audition. Why don't you tell us about your Mojo Jojo audition? Like, what was inspiration, or had you ever done that voice before?
Thank you, and here's the $5 for asking that question. No. Well, at the time when they were auditioning for various characters, the direction for Mojo Jojo was like a crazed Peter Lorre. Now, how many of you know who Peter Lorre was? The great actor from M, the great child murderer film, M from Germany, or he did Roger Corman films later in life. He was in Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, terrific actor. But at the time, there was another character who was sort of like a crazed Peter Lorre. Do any of you remember Ran Hawk? Yeah. He was like a crazed Peter Lorre. So I couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. So I did sort of my take on a crazed Peter Lorre. And it got me a call back. Now, in a call back, that's the second stage of auditioning when they ask you to come to the studio and meet the director or writers or whatever, and they play around with you to see what it's like working with you, if they think they can get what they want, whatever. And during the callback, Craig McCracken was there, and he said, "What if you put a kind of samurai bent on it?" So I went immediately to the great actor Toshiro Mifune from Seven Samurai and so many great films, Stray Dog, And I said, what do you mean, something like this? And he went, yeah. And so Mojo was born, no chemical X.
Wow.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
That's so cool. Hey.
Hi, I'm Kate. We met earlier today.
I know. I can't see if your hat's on or not.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
La, 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 dee.
Anyway, my question is that in the Scream series, that Ghostface is a different person underneath every time. For each of the different killers, do you try to add something a little different in your voice?
I do, but the thing is, I never know who the killers are.
Oh, you don't? Really?
I have never gotten a full script because there's tremendous security on these films. So I've only ever gotten my scenes, and I never knew who any of the killers were. But as we went on from film to film, I'd try to change, some rhythms or a little of the language without, and just make it a little bit as different as I could, but it's got to be the same. And that's really the scary thing about Ghostface, is that Ghostface could be literally anyone. It could be you, Kate. It could be you. It could be you.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
It could be you.
Hi, I'm Jack. I grew up watching the Powerpuff Girls as a kid. So out of all of the Powerpuff Girl episodes where Mojo Jojo was in, which one was your favorite to?
The favorite one to do?
Yes.
Well, probably my favorite was Just Another Manic Mojo.
Ah, cool.
How many of you remember that? That's the one, it's just a day in the life of a mojo.
Oh.
What? 2 eggs is the minimum requirement for a nutritious breakfast, and I have only 1. Curses. And he has to go to the store, and everybody's making noise. And
it was the
where
same-
are the eggs?
Oh, okay.
Oh, curses.
And it was the same. And if I recall correctly, that was the episode where Mojo Jojo gave the ball back to the girls in the end, right?
That I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
You know it better than I do.
Yep.
Or should I say, you know it better than I do, Luigi?
Oh, I guess I do. All right. Thank you for answering my question.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I did like Meet the Beatles a lot, though, because that was just fun. With all the little Beatle jokes, I don't know if you know, Mojo had a girlfriend in that, Mojo Jojo. And Moco is Mexican slang for boogers. And I played Sergeant Pepper of the Townsville Police Department. Hello, me.
Are they going to reveal themselves? Oh, the whole time. All right.
I told you it could be anyone.
Apparently. What's your name?
Rachel. Hey, Rachel. My question is, Scream 3 is notorious for its use of the voice changer. What was that like? How did it impact your methods?
Didn't impact me at all. I continued doing what I did. It was just a strange plot device, and they dropped it apparently after that. But no, I thought it was an interesting little twist they could keep going with.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hello. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Michael, and I just want to know, we got your process for Ghostface, we got your process for Mojo Jojo, but I want to know, what was the process like getting the voice for Billy?
For Billy?
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, I thought of someone else.
That's okay.
You thinking of Mandy and Billy or what?
Billy and Mandy.
Well, that was a different show.
Because you and the voice for Billy are here, I got both of y'all confused.
Because they're both amazing.
And they were both on the same network.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true.
Do you have any other question?
Oh, yeah, what was it like working on the Powerpuff Girls, with Craig McCracken and all that?
Oh, it was great. You don't always get to record ensemble with everybody in the room where you can play off of each other, and we always did that with the Powerpuff Girls. A lot of times you have to wildline things, so you're just on your own, and you don't have anybody to play off of. But the Powerpuff Girls was great. That's why Tara and I had a lot of fun playing with the show where she gets bonked on the head and thinks she's Mojo.
I am a Mojo Jojo.
No, you are not. I am a Mojo.
No, I am a Mojo. And then, of course, that came in later with Mojisha. Welcome to our slumber party.
Thank you for your question. All right, we only have a few minutes left, so we're going to try to get through all these questions. Hello,
It's my
what's your
friend
name?
Jack. Hey,
Jack! Yeah, what's up? Roger, it's me again. And I just want to say thank you so much. The Powerpuff Girls is one of my favorite animated shows ever. Mojo Jojo, aside from Bubbles, or next to Bubbles, is one of my favorite characters from that show. I have a lot of favorites, but if I had to pick two, it would be Bubbles and Mojo. Thank you so much for bringing the character to life. It was really, really awesome. I watched the Powerpuff Girls Rules this morning on Netflix in preparation of meeting you. And it was just, I really loved how, like, Mojo decides not to be the bad guy anymore. And then, like, afterwards, he starts bursting into song, like, Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. But one of the best parts of that episode, and I especially Meet the Beatles, is another one of my favorite episodes. I especially loved all the Beatles references. I watched that movie yesterday, episode yesterday on DVD.
You have really good taste.
Terrific.
Jack, do you have a
Thank you,
question?
Jack.
Only because we have a couple minutes left. What's your question?
Well, oh wow.
And if not, that's okay too. We can just admire Roger all together.
And the 2002 movie was incredible. I especially loved your other performances as Butch, the Rowdy Rough Boy, and Sergeant Pepper, and Roach Coach, and of course also outside the Powerpuff Girls, Mr. Narrator from the Book of Pooh TV show and movie. Every time I pop the DVD in on my TV, and after the previews, like after the Playhouse Disney promo for Book of Pooh, the first voice I hear is Mr. Narrator in the DVD menu go, "Welcome to the Book of Pooh."
Thank you,
As
Jack.
see,
Jack,
We
we have
thank
many
you.
places to go and many things to do. Like, it was a lovely day in the 100-acre wood.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Jack.
Jack.
We just want to make sure we can get to the rest
Oh,
of the
yeah.
questions.
Mojo
Thank you.
Jojo, cause you Powerpuff Girls.
Uh-oh, he's coming for your
This
job,
is Mojo
Roger.
Jojo and Butch
Thank you,
and
Jack.
Rowdy Rough Boy. Thank you so much.
Have a
Thanks,
great one.
Jack.
Roger. So nice to meet you.
Take care.
All right, we have a couple minutes left, then we're going to take a big group picture. So, hey, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name's Taylor. I just got here, so I don't know if you already answered this, but I was wondering what your favorite Scream was to voice in.
Yes. No, I like them all for different reasons, actually, but probably I would say the first one because it was all new
very
and
good
we had no idea what would happen. They weren't even going to hire me. You know, I wasn't supposed to do that.
Wait, really?
The reason they hired me was they were filming in Santa Rosa, north of San Francisco, where another great serial killer movie was filmed, Alfred Hitchcock's Shadow of a Doubt.
Oh, I love that movie.
And Drew Barrymore wanted to have an actor to play the scene with instead of just getting lines fed to her by a script person, like, if you hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish. Can you handle that, Blondie? You know. So they wanted to hire an actor to play the scenes with her, and they were going to dub it all in post in Los Angeles. But that first night, I'm outside the window of the room looking at her through the window under a little awning because it was raining, and we start in on it, and then by the end of the night, I find out that Wes and Marianne liked what I was doing so much, they said, let's keep him. We'll just have him do it, and we'll keep doing this, have him live on the set doing the scenes with the actors. And that's how it came about.
That's so cool. Thank you. It's one of my favorite movies.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're going to rapid fire through these final three so we can get to everybody. Oh, you didn't have a question? Final two. Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Atari. I actually was Buttercup yesterday, but my question for you, and this is just for shits and giggles, if you had a Disney villain that you could have voiced in your career, I don't know if you have or not, who would it be and why?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it might be Captain Hook. It would be terrific. But we've already got a Captain Hook. Have any of you seen Jason Isaacs' Captain Hook from the Peter Pan movie? He's fabulous. He's terrific.
Okay.
Thank you for that question.
Thanks.
All right.
If anyone from Disney is listening.
Right. Hey, what's your name?
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, I saw you did voices in some of the Mass Effect games. I think you played my favorite dirtbag Solarian Ben Analeus, and I was just seeing what your time was like for voicing any of the Mass Effect games.
That wasn't one of my characters.
That wasn't?
No.
I know it was Engineer Adams.
I was Engineer
Sweet. Yeah, there you
Adams,
go.
Harkin,
Harkin.
Erdnot Reeve, and Paddock Wicks.
Okay, cool. Oh, right. What's the name's replacement?
So for many of my characters, you had to kill a lot of people to find
I
us
didn't want to. Yeah. Yeah, your character.
before we turn up.
Right. So, good time doing that, I guess.
Oh yeah, that
Right
was. I just love to work, and it's
Alright.
good when you can play around and have fun.
Sweet.
Thanks. Nice question for a human. You don't smell too bad. Monkeys.
Well, before we take a big group picture with everybody, is there any thoughts you want to leave us with here this weekend?
Always brush your teeth and take care of them real good because you want them to last, right?
And that's if they ever do a Pee Wee show, I'd love to come out. He was fantastic. Paul Rubens. I told you I was a commercial artist. I actually did the T-shirt designs for his '87 tour. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. If you want to see some of my art, it's posted on my social media stuff. I was a T-shirt designer.
This is like a whole nother panel, Roger, now that we're going to have to do. That's a whole
Okay.
nother life you've had.
We'll have a cookie, some milk, and come back.
Sounds like a plan. So if it's okay with you guys, if you guys want to come to the stage, just not on the stage, we're going to take a big group picture with Roger.